Hi everyone, checking in from the trail. Oh, there she goes. There's Winnie. Hi Winnie. Hope you all are doing okay Monday morning. I thought I'd start a little series of sort of stories on the trail and highlighting skills and strengths and qualities that I feel I've learned through riding and being with horses. And I'm sure that you all have many stories and similar experiences. And I just want to inspire all of us to look at our history, at our riding past, especially now, and think about what strengths we bring to bear in our situations where they're helping, those skills are helping us as life skills, right? So a lot of us are not in the tack, we're not riding, we're not showing, but these skills and qualities are still with us. And I want you to I want to encourage you to access them and remind yourself of them. And so we're going to start with a story from my past, since I'm here. If you were here, I'd be asking you. But this is when I was little. I rode in Connecticut, and I started when I was about 4, and did some up down lessons, and then switched to another barn, and still was on like lesson program. This is when I was about 6, 7, 8 years old, and I didn't know it at the time, but it was a somewhat unique lessoning program in that our teacher, Mrs. Johnston, no relation, she would bring us in, and so we'd have 4 or 5 ponies in the ring, and we would basically work at will. And she would but you better know what you were working on, because she would ask you, and she was really intimidating, for real, and she would direct her attention at each of us individually and say, okay, what are you working on? What's going on with your pony today? And you better not just be trotting around aimlessly, right? You better have an answer for her of Pepper feels lazy today, and so I'm making him go forward, or whatever it might have been. And it was so empowering, and so taught horsemanship and feel at that young age. As I look back, I realized that what a gift that was that she gave us. And there was one winter where I have no idea why, but they had cows at one end of the indoor. So of course we're all slammed in the indoor. It's like snow high, 5 feet of snow outside. I remember this one lesson, and I believe it was the first time maybe the cows had come from a neighboring farm, or I don't know. The cows weren't in there while we lessoned, but it certainly still smelled like cows. You know how that is. Ponies were not having it. So we were still working. Some of the ponies were really having a hard time. Some of the kids were not having a good time with the ponies, not having a good time. It was a bit of a spiraling situation. And I remember, for whatever reason, I just decided that Pepper and I were just going to keep shaving that end of the ring. And I thought, well, I'm just going to keep Pepper in his comfort zone, and I'm just going to, little by little, keep widening and keep working into that corner to where maybe he doesn't even really know that suddenly we're using the whole ring. But if I do that slowly and over time, maybe he won't have a big issue with the cows at the end of the ring. So that's it. It worked, and Mrs. Johnston asked me what I was doing, and I said, well, I'm trying to keep Pepper in his comfort. Well, I'm sure I didn't use the word comfort zone, but basically that's what I was doing. And she was super happy with that, and it worked quite well. And I, to this day, remember, how long ago was that? 43 years ago, I don't even know. But I remember that as being a light bulb moment of, hey, when I'm riding, I can figure things out. And deeper than that, that I believe in myself, that when there's a challenge, I can be creative and stay with it and be persistent and get to a solution. And that is what a gift, right? As a skill, as something that you learn at a young age, and riding has blessed all of us with so many lessons like that. And I think at this time, even though we may not be at the barn, I still encourage you all to be thinking about what skills you have and what qualities you have as people that can help you right now, right? And so maybe you think about it, maybe you tell a friend, maybe you make a comment, shoot me a note, whatever it is, but let's focus on the strengths and skills we have and what a blessing they are, instead of focusing on what we don't have right now. I think that is such a source of strength for us. And so I just want to encourage all of us to visit some of those stories. So, all right, have a great week, and I'll check in again soon. Okay, bye.